Once upon a time, there lived a man with his wife. They longed for a child, and their little house stood next to a garden belonging to a witch, famous for her magical powers. In the garden grew many beautiful plants, but the woman was most drawn to one unusual vegetable, Rapunzel. Every day she looked at it from the window, and her desire to taste it grew stronger and stronger until it consumed her entirely. One day the woman said to her husband, "If I don't get some Rapunzel from that garden, I will die of longing." The man, though afraid of the witch, climbed over the fence at night and picked a handful for his wife. She ate it with great delight, but the next day she wanted more and more. When the man went again to bring her some, the witch caught him. "How dare you steal from my garden?" she hissed. The man apologized and begged for mercy. The witch finally said, "I will give you as much Rapunzel as you want, but the child your wife is carrying will belong to me." Terrified, the man agreed, for he had no other choice. When the baby girl was born, the witch took her away and named her Rapunzel. Rapunzel grew into a beautiful young girl with golden hair as long as a flowing river. When she turned 12, the witch locked her in a tower deep in the forest. The tower had no doors or stairs, only a small window high above. Whenever the witch wanted to enter, she would stand beneath the window and call, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." Rapunzel would lower her long braids from the window, and the witch would climb up them. One day a prince rode by. He heard a girl singing, so beautiful that he stopped to listen. She sang every day to ease her loneliness. The prince searched for a way into the tower, but found none. He hid nearby and saw the witch calling to Rapunzel, then noticed how she let down her hair. When the witch had gone, the prince dared to approach and called out the same words. "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." The girl obeyed, and the prince climbed up. At first they were surprised, but soon they began talking and fell in love. The prince visited Rapunzel in secret every night, and they planned to escape together. The prince intended to bring silk cords so Rapunzel could weave a ladder. One day, however, Rapunzel carelessly mentioned the prince to the witch. In a rage, the witch cut off her beautiful hair, took her to a barren wilderness, and left her there alone. She fastened the cut hair to the tower window to deceive the prince. When the prince came and called for Rapunzel, the witch lowered the shorn braids. The prince climbed up, and instead of his beloved, he found only the furious witch. In horror, he leapt from the tower. Though he survived the fall, he landed in thorns that injured his eyes, blinding him. He wandered the land for many years until one day he heard a familiar voice. It was Rapunzel, living in the wilderness. When they met, they embraced, and Rapunzel wept with joy. Her tears fell into the prince's eyes and miraculously restored his sight. The prince took her to his kingdom, where they lived happily ever after. And the bell rang, and the fairy tale is over.